the next, which is what we call the trunk talk.
Yeah.
And I love how Charles did that during the confirmation call, meet me out at the trunk.
Yes.
Pretty good. That's a nice messaging, and the person can remember that, hey, we're going to meet you at the back of the car. Maybe they help you carry some things in. But I really, as the program has evolved, I've looked at the trunk talk has become so important. Whereas initially we kind of looked at it as, meet at the trunk and talk a little bit. But this has become a super key ingredient to the program moving forward properly. Like you said, what starts off right ends up right, but this is what continues to stay right, moves the program along really, really well. This is that consistency. And Delina, you are really good at the communication with the dealer and the rider, and making sure that the dealer feels comfortable to address certain things at the trunk.
Right.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the psychology behind the trunk talk and why you think it's so important that the reps know how important that is to move the program forward.
I look at the trunk talk as, we have a pre-talk in our demo, and that's for the customer that we're showing, but the trunk talk is our huddle with the rider. Great teams huddle often, right, in sports. So it's very similar to that. We're huddling with our rider because we are a team, and we're going to go in there, and our goal is to help this family hopefully be able to keep a rainbow, to have a healthier home, and to be able to also do the same book and write program that the rider's on. But there's some things that we need to find out. And the way we can create that is by, one, being very positive, because no matter what the result that we may see on our app through RVO that customer has had, that customer most likely believes their results are good. Even if we are thinking, well, maybe they could be better or anything, they believe that it's good. And our job is to keep our rider happy and motivated and excited, because if they go into that show with us with a really positive attitude the way we do, we're going to get great results.
As you get into that, it's very easy for the program to take a new rep and start becoming sale focused, almost like this rider is supposed to bring them to sales. And really the only job of the rider, from what I'm hearing you explain right there, is to just do the best job and start to train the rider how to behave in the home for the best possible results. And if you want to train somebody on your team, you want to do it with a positive attitude and with some clarity, and keep the attitude up, even though maybe that rider could drift to a negative attitude in some situations. Our job is to remain the constant. We're the equilibrium of the program. Awesome.
Yes, awesome. And so sometimes there can be a situation where maybe the rider had an experience that they weren't excited about, it happens, and so maybe they have a concern. Well, this is the perfect time to get that out. So not only do we want to find out a little bit about who we're going to go see, but the first thing we want to really do is check the temperature of that rider to make sure that things are good, because we don't want to just walk in, go into a home, and then find out that they're upset by something. Let's find out at the trunk so that we can smooth anything over and let them know that we're here to create a new experience. If you didn't have a good one, we're going to make this one good. We're going to go in there and have a lot of fun together.
I love that. That getting that attitude right is really, really good. What happens, what do you say, either one of you, it doesn't matter who answers it, because you guys are both good at it, but what happens when you get to a rider, maybe they've been on 3 demos and they haven't sold a rainbow yet?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I try and teach our dealers to bring up is what's been going good, and have there been any issues. I want to get that out, like you said, right there at the trunk, so we can deal with it in a spot and move them in a positive direction. Also find out how they're doing as a person right now. They might be having a rough time at work. Showing that we truly care about those people. So,
very good.
Would you like to do a kind of a role play on the trunk talk?
That'd be fun.
Do you want to do it, or I'm going to do it?
I can do it.
Go ahead.
I love talking to people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so hey Charles, how's it going?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Good, thanks.
Good.
So this is your third or fourth appointment that
it's
you're
my fourth one.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Are you having a good time on the program so far?
Yeah, so far. Yeah.
tell me what's gone good for you so far.
Well, all the people have wanted it, that's for sure.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
they all like it.
Has anyone kept one yet?
We haven't had anybody out of the three that we've done keep it yet.
Oh, well, that's okay. You know what? We're going to see 12 people, Charles. We have plenty more chances for some of your friends and family to keep the rainbow.
Yeah, that's what the other reps have said.
Oh, yeah. Just because the first 3 didn't keep it, that doesn't mean this one's not going to.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about who we're seeing today. How do you know them?
Well, we're going to see Joe and Mary. They're my aunt and uncle.
Okay.
And Joe is a physician, and my aunt is a teacher.
Oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yep.
You know why? Because the demo is kind of educational, right?
Sure.
So I bet your aunt is going to connect with that.
Yep.
And for your uncle, he's a physician, so he's going to understand the health benefits.
He's concerned about health for sure.
Oh yeah, so you know what? This is going to be fun. Do they have any kids or pets?
No kids or pets, but my uncle has allergies, and I think this will be really beneficial for him.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. Are they like the joking type, or are they really serious? How should I?
They're pretty serious people.
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Okay, so no fluff.
Yeah.
Not too much fluff.
Yep, not too much fluff.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So when we go in there, all I need you to do is what you've been doing. I know we went on one demo before and we had a lot of fun. And just love on your rainbow. Are you using your rainbow all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
We have it as an amp. I used it before I came here today. It's awesome.
Well, good. You know, we have a saying in rainbow is that if you go into the home with a rainbow in your heart, everything is going to work out good.
All right.
So why don't we just keep doing that? We're going to have a lot of fun and just love on your rainbow. And I bet they're going to keep a rainbow today.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do
Good,
it.
good.
Right.
Love on the rainbow. I love that. And then just assuring them and having the empathy for what the customer in this situation is going through is big. Another thing that came out one time in a meeting, which I thought was really, really a nice little one-liner that people can pick up on is, hey, Charles, don't you worry about it, man. My job is to take away the anxiety on the program.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and get that first sale for you today, okay? Let's go ahead and just love on that rainbow. Don't you worry about what's happened in the past. We can't change that, but let's go in there and have some fun.
Yeah.
I've had several people in your situation that went on to sell 3, 4, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And just giving them that confidence is big, so
I
that
think-
they become a teammate.
I think it's hard for a dealer when they show up and they don't, they get that first response like, oh, this is the 4th one and no one's bought. What do I say? How do I keep it positive? So I like the way you spun that around and kept it positive.
Yeah, that's our job, isn't it? And, it's kind of like when you compare it to a rep and a rider, there are some similarities because I think at the end of the day, it's human behavior to want to go into a house and they really want their friends to keep the rainbow.
Yes.
They really do.
Oh, yeah.
And it's in some cases you think there's like an anxiety that maybe the rider is trying to use you to get their 2 sales and then not really care after that. I don't believe that.
No.
I really, really don't. I really believe that customer wants their friends to keep a rainbow because I kept a rainbow. If I'm the writer, I bought a rainbow.
Yeah.
And if I'm going over to Charles and Tanya's house, I want them to keep a rainbow so they know why I kept a rainbow.
Sure.
I think that's super, super important.
Oh, it is.
And that same concept, Doug, ties into what our goal is in the house. We want to get names out of the people.
Right.
And so one of the key things in the Trunk Talk, besides just telling that rider to talk up their love for the rainbow, is getting them to understand their second responsibility. Even more important is talking to the love to the rainbow, is to get their friends to write down names of people throughout the demo.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pull that out in the demo as well. Like, you love your rainbow, right? Don't you believe all your friends should have one of these things and know about it?
Yes.
That's why we really appreciate this partnership that you're creating here with us, because we're gonna go see another 9 people that never will know about the rainbow unless you tell them. Now, one of the key things that we found too, Delina, is if when we go in the house, at the very, very end, they have that little shopping spree card written down with 12 spots. If there's no names on that, they have a less likely chance of keeping a rainbow. And we want them to keep a rainbow, right? See, part of the reason that you jumped on the Book and Write program with your husband is because you had 12 names written down in the house, right?
Yes, right away.
So if you could do me a favor, is throughout the demo, help your friends, your aunt and uncle, think of names of people that would potentially be great candidates to look at a system like this.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, and they know some people that I haven't talked to yet, so maybe I'll direct them towards those people that they can use.
Awesome.
Help them on their program.
That would be great.
I think that was awesome, guys. The connection at the trunk, the the spinning the attitude, keeping the attitude up, or if a rider, I should say, is starting to drift a little bit on their attitude, your job's to bring them up. We're in the people business.
Yes.
We know the rainbow's going to sell itself. It's going to do its job. The program's unbelievable. It's a no-brainer, really. The key is the connection, the relationship, and keeping the attitude at a high level.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the clarity that, hey, you can help me. Love, love, love on that rainbow. And could you do me a favor? I love that, Charles. Which brings us to the next part. I think the reason that we want to set up the rider to help us with the names, because they know them better than we do,
Yes.
we can get those names written down, which is going to benefit their friends
Sure.
greatly if they do so.